Within 6 years of initiating it, the U.S. Army has shelved the Future Attack Reconnaissance Aircraft, or FARA, program to develop next-generation armed scout helicopters. FARA program was started by the United States Army in 2018 to develop a successor to the Bell OH-58 Kiowa scout helicopter as part of the Future Vertical Lift program. The announcement of abandoning the program, which cost the service $2 billion, was made on February 8, 2024. Army Chief of Staff General Randy George said, "We're learning from the battlefield, especially in Ukraine, that aerial reconnaissance has fundamentally changed. The U.S. Army announced it would expand its expenditure on uncrewed aircraft following a sober assessment of the modern battlefield." Randy George basically implied the war in Ukraine has shown manned reconnaissance to be obsolete. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how the Ukraine war has resulted in the suspension of the U.S. Army's FARA program. Let's get started.
Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted VPN brands worldwide that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte, an industry-leading Big Four auditing firm. NordVPN provides an encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy by preventing external entry to your internet traffic, as well as enabling you to access content that's blocked based on geolocation. Best of all, with one NordVPN account, you can secure up to 6 devices at the same time. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive savings by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee.
Despite the significant investment and commitment to the program since its launch in 2018, the decision has been made to move forward without it. The competition for the FARA contract involved 2 key contenders, namely Sikorsky's Raider X and Bell's 360 Invictus. Originally, the prototypes of these helicopters from Sikorsky and Bell were expected to take flight in 2024. However, the service's announcement has altered the course of events. Following the decision, Sikorsky expressed disappointment and asserted that their FARA program-designed X-2 aircraft offered unparalleled speed, range, and agility not found in any other helicopter worldwide. Sikorsky said, "We remain confident in X-2 aircraft for U.S. and international mission needs now and in the future. We are disappointed in this decision and will await a U.S. Army debrief to better understand its choice." While this move of shelving of a very ambitious helicopter program seems like a surprising development, to keen observers this may not come as a shock. The Ukraine war saw a massive loss of helicopters on both sides. Man-pads, or man-portable air defense systems, have been particularly effective in taking out helicopters. This has made Russian and Ukrainian forces use tactics centered on keeping military choppers as safe as possible. 59 Russian Ka-52 Alligator attack helicopters have been destroyed. Alligator's no joke. Ka-52 Alligator is an all-weather attack helicopter developed by Kamov Design Bureau. The Alligator is powered by 2 Klimov VK 2500 turboshaft engines, which makes it pretty agile. It can fly at a maximum altitude of 5,500 meters and climb at a rate of 12 meters per second. The maximum and cruise speeds of the helicopter are 300 kilometers per hour, or 186 miles per hour, and 260 kilometers per hour, or 160 miles per hour, respectively. Though the capabilities are formidable, the chopper has still been proven to be vulnerable in a modern battlefield. Viewers may note that when a chopper is lost, pilots are also lost, so there is a human cost to it. An unmanned system can be deployed without the sphere and hence can be more aggressively used. U.S. Army Futures Command General James Rainey stated that although the Army still needs a capability similar to FARA, the service does not intend to begin another manned OH-58 Kiowa scout helicopter replacement project. Instead, it will allocate resources elsewhere, particularly in the unmanned domain, to enable the OH-58 Kiowa to perform the function of an armed scout leading other units in combat zones. The U.S. Army is currently dubbing the abandonment of the Future Attack Reconnaissance Aircraft as the Aviation Investment Rebalance. As part of this strategic shift, the U.S. Army indicated its intention to postpone the future of the General Electric T901 turboshaft engine, which was developed under the Improved Turbine Engine Program (ITEP) and closely tied to FARA. In a parallel move, the U.S. Army intends to divest itself of all remaining RQ-11 Raven and RQ-7 Shadow drones. The U.S. Army pledges to intensify investments in research and development, aiming to expand and accelerate its unmanned aerial reconnaissance capabilities. This initiative encompasses the development of future tactical unmanned aerial systems and launched effects. The war in Ukraine has put into question the existence of combat choppers, whether for scout or attack roles. A high-performance manned chopper is costly to build, maintain, and operate. It's clear the cost-benefit analysis is not in its favor, especially for the scout role. Randy George stated, "Sensors and weapons, mounted on a variety of unmanned systems and in space, are more ubiquitous, further reaching, and more inexpensive than ever before," suggesting the aerial reconnaissance game has fundamentally changed. But all is not lost when it comes to manned choppers. A second helicopter development program, called Future Long-Range Assault Aircraft, is still very much on the table. The two contenders in the FARA contest floated to replace the Black Hawk helicopters were the tilt-rotor Bell OH-58 Valor and the coaxial rotor Sikorsky and Boeing Defiant X. However, the Bell OH-58 Valor emerged victorious in December 2022. The proposed acquisition is said to be the service's largest helicopter purchase in 4 decades.
Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.